This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in. Know we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute. Yeah, we'll get there in a minute, cause we'll get there in a minute. Know we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute.
Alright. The music. What's good? What's good? We back again, you know. Episode 10. We got the homies with us as usual. Ain't nothing changed but the game or the name, but that ain't changed neither. We got Big Turbo, right? You still on Big Turbo time?
Nah, it's DZ Suites right now. You know, okay. I'm in a hotel right now. It's DZ Suites.
You
feel me?
Sound like funny. Okay.
Nah, I'm broke. It's the company.
DZ Suites. Kev, what it looking like for you over there?
I'm chilling, man. Doing my thing. Enjoying the evening. Ready for some great conversation.
Okay. Enjoying the heater. Boy, different, man. keep your stuff away from the heater. Don't get too uncomfortable.
I said the evening.
Oh, the evening. I thought you said the heater. You know, you big nasty and stuff, man. So, I don't know what you'll do with the heater. Sesh Money, what it look like, Playboy?
No, man, I'm just trying to keep up with y'all, man. I just a little pre-pro, man. Y'all just dropped the Lemon Pepper freestyle on me, just all flexing you and DZ. I appreciate it, man.
I'm playing a catch-up game. I'm playing a catch-up game, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to talk about all that. We're playing catch-up. You know what I mean? But Trev Armstrong's still going out here strong, man. I'm crazy with the bike right now. Torty Trev is still out there. Whenever y'all ready, man, catch me on that. I'm on biking all summer. Looking into getting a bike, man. That's the next piece. Some things is highly expensive, but I'm riding.
Yeah, I got
What's up?
These hotel cups, right? Because they don't got glass. I guess because COVID. I don't know why, but like you could put hot ass coffee in it, but when you put the liquor in it, it burns the cup.
It like melt, like foggy on the bottom. And shit.
Yeah, like it melted the shit. So I had to my first drink was a shot because the shit was just burning the sides of the.
Well, I mean, how big was that? How much you pour in the cup?
I mean, I like a little taste, just a little taste.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, if it can hold coffee, it should be able to hold Tito's.
I don't think so. Different fluids in coffee versus Tito's. There's alcohol in one.
I'm picking up the logic you put it down, though.
I was feeling
you feel me?
Because coffee's hot. But
exactly.
Yeah. But alcohol has alcohol.
That's true. See, I was never good at science. I was a math guy.
But I can't count to 10, so that's a whole nother issue.
So we balance each other. Level spell back is level.
Ooh.
Knowledge.
Woo. Knowledge born science. DZ Suites on it. What's the word? How everybody living, man?
I don't know, man, but I said before, right? I'm just pinpointing out when New York take L's from now on, since everybody, New York is the Mecca, so we got to point certain things out. The governor of New York is a perv. It's all in. He's a perv. Captain COVID might be a little change, man. Trev making some new. He hit us with, like I said, with the Lemon Pepper freestyle
give me
and pre-pro. Just
some updates. Exactly. What made him so pervy? I'm curious.
Damn it, Kev.
You want to know? So what he was doing, he was going to like these parties, right? He would go to parties and pretty women or women in general, aides go back and sift through the pictures of the women and have them offer them jobs. For reasons I don't think I need to.
For New York, you got to keep up with the times when he's coming at us to dump on us, man.
Yeah, that was a layup.
All right, well, I was unaware. Listen, what happens is, I live in a vacuum, bro. Yeah, y'all know that already. But what happens is, anytime or a majority of times, when there is someone in a position of power, if they don't know how to deal with that and they don't have the proper supports going on at home, people gonna falter, bro. It's human nature. It doesn't matter where he's from. The man messed up.
So he's a human because he's a perv?
He'll do better.
He'll do better. Okay. All right. That's what we got from one New Yorker.
He had a perv in office. So we got a whole nation behind a perv, but yet just because someone showcases it before they become a president, that's a problem.
Yo, Kev's from Waterville.
It'll be all right, bro.
I missed that, Kev. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
No. We ain't trying to get canceled.
Yeah, we ain't even get started yet. God
damn.
Yeah. No, these are all
the first 3 minutes.
These are all the views of Kev. These are all the views of Kevin Fenor. So I need to understand what you're saying.
Remember, everybody, he doesn't know exactly what is going on.
Yes.
So he's just giving a.
Yeah, you just told me what's happening.
This is like a blanket statement. That's what I just read. I just read part of it, but it's been going on for a little bit. He's been like under investigation, and then like the whole COVID thing. I know they were under filing a bunch of older people dying as he was giving out briefings on COVID to everybody, talking about he should be president and kind of riding off that back as he's fudging numbers for elderly people dying. I'm sure you heard of that one, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm being like sneak attacked. Like, we didn't talk about this in pre-production. Like, you purposely didn't let us prepare for this. Like, crazy.
What did prepare for? This is better than the news.
No, because you knew Kev didn't know. Kev's he could do better. Like, what? Like,
listen. As a politician, man, and I'm not one, never gonna be one.
You can't be surprised.
Yeah, like this is a dirty game. You know what I mean? I don't know why it's that way, but we're gonna need some new blood, some younger people with better morals. And the way the game has been going for a long time, man, it's got to change. The cycle keeps continuing. We keep getting old, washed up, perverted men in football, last miles. Like, I mean, so like things got to change. So we got to stop this whole experience thing and maybe give some people with good morals over experience, man. And you know, so we got to take that L as New Yorkers. Kumo was doing his thing. We thought till he was really doing his thing, which is crazy because this thing is all messed up. So like, he got to just chill out, man. He got to chill out. Like, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game right now. And I don't know what fam doing, but he need to chill out and go back to where he was holding things down the right way and not the wrong way. Nasty, you know what I mean? Man. Nasty. But you know, I mean, but shoot, like I keep saying, man, Bobby Shmurda's home. New York is back.
Yeah. That's we talking about Cuomo, but what about New Amsterdam? Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all was just designated a street where dudes can trap and not get arrested in Baltimore. Like,
that was the wire.
I don't care. It's real life to me.
But even if let's say this. We've had crooked politicians in Baltimore. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, I know.
Decisions, but they were more so off a little bit of the money, you know. they was a little skimming some off the bottom. You feel me?
Yeah, they wasn't.
Nah, we never really. We never really dibbled and dabbled in the perverted acts of you know, as some of the.
Listen. As a politicians in New York, man, they haven't really done us justice. You feel what I'm saying? You know, New York sometimes, man, we raised some wild individuals, man. Like shit, Trump was a New Yorker. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, but when they get in that game, like I don't know, they just some dirty dudes, man.
Just man, that's all. That's all.
Listen, I'm from the Bay, so I ain't even offended.
Get hypey on him, man. Let me see something. Let me see you crunk.
Tell me when to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, we got great things going on, man. Shout out to Benny the Butcher, man. Plugs Out 2 is coming out. New York once again is back and rocking. Yes, it's Buffalo, so they're gonna hold us down though right now for sure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But word, that so we always gonna find a way to bounce back. And once again, I keep saying Bobby Shmurda's home, man. Bobby Shmurda's home. You know what I mean? Haitian Smurder, right, Kev?
Yeah, we'll see that. Yeah. Stop by say that.
Stop by say that.
Haitian man in Japan. If you watch the whole episode, you got that piece.
Game out
Shot
there.
money.
Cold game.
Shout to Shot Money.
Oh my god.
Cold game. But we doing some things. Jim Jones holding the music game down. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on in New York, man. Besides the politician.
The weatherman.
Oh yeah. the weather is the craziest, the best thing out right now.
Best weatherman, you know.
Yeah, he needs a full weather channel. I'd be tuned in. I'll do whatever to support that, man. That needs to be a thing. I really would wake up and watch the weather with Jim Jones.
That's a fact.
And he needs to not just do New York. He needs to do the world, man. We need that.
I agree. So
Fetch can't hit on the weather.
I can't hate on the weather. I can't. I love Jim Jones. I love Jim Jones.
Cam out here got a girl going crazy too. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Oh yeah, the neighbor. Yeah.
Cam was hitting his neighbor, and now she's going crazy. He got the video of her knocking on the door of his apartment while calling. Yeah, it's wild on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's
Cam was the GOAT, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I knew some New Yorkers like that, man, back in my day.
Cam got a thing called Pink Horse. Well, Cam got a thing called Pink Horse or something.
What is it? Pink Horse.
Pink horse?
Yeah, it's like the goat weed, but it's organic.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was kind of like the pink feet. My homeboy, one of my boys back in the day, me on the pink feet. You know,
Yeah.
fellow, another New Yorker, man. I swear, man. These New Yorkers, man.
Yo, Sesh, you just want to join. You want to be gang, man. Just come on, man.
Not either, man. I'm from Baltimore City all day.
Sesh got New York blood in him, though.
You know what I'm saying? We'll jump you in later, man. We'll get there in a minute. We'll jump you in later.
Like I told y'all, man, I'm too sane and too reserved to be a New Yorker, man.
Cab reserve.
That's a different kind of reserve. That nigga's special, man. That nigga's special, man. That nigga's special. That nigga care about it. That nigga care about the Albuquerque.
That's it. Yeah, Cav's a special dude, man. He's a special dude. But word, man, we gonna get into some stuff. We take our time with what we get into. Basketball game All-Star weekend was last weekend. I ain't even gonna hold you. I fell asleep through all that shit, and I was completely wrong. Talking about trash. I mean, KD didn't play, so yeah, but
nah, we ain't doing that, son. We ain't doing that.
I wasn't fully aware of that.
We ain't doing no. I made that known.
But
I said,
I didn't know Joel Embiid wasn't gonna play.
That happened, yo. The barbers, man, be messing them up.
Yeah,
the barber got COVID. They were like, nah, bro, I can't play. So they had to sit their ass down.
But anyway,
Joel Embiid was the difference maker.
I'm just saying,
that ass whooping. Joel Embiid was gonna make the difference.
Listen, man. Chris Paul is the leading assist guy all time. Shout out to my guy CP3.
Yeah.
You know, LeBron could draft a team. We know that.
The best GM to do it.
I mean, it's the first time, second or third time drafting people in the All-Star game. So,
I'm just saying, like his whole career, you know, he weighed and washed.
I'm gonna give him the whole career thing because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't think he has as much power as everybody thinks he does when it comes to the getting pieces on his team.
I don't know about that one.
You want to keep him happy.
I don't know about that.
Happy, but
right, if you can get coaches fired, you can suggest, hey, one of my dudes is playing over here. His contract's running up. You might want to sign him. I think that might
last year. And you're gonna tell me his last in Cleveland, he orchestrated that team that he took to the finals.
I think he did.
At the beginning of the season,
he had who he wanted. Together. He had Kyrie. He had JR. Like that's what I'm saying. JR.
But Tristan was, I think, a draft. Who else?
Oh, you talking about when they got Harris? Yeah.
When he went for 50 in the first game, JR didn't know what was going on. That team was not orchestrated by LeBron.
I mean, they was until they seen like Golden State plus KD. I mean,
they was
going to beat them
in the East that year
because
they was coming out the first round
because they coasted the whole season. They coasted.
I'm not saying they coasted. They struggle with some stuff. But hey, y'all think he orchestrated? I don't think he orchestrated.
What happened the first two rounds of the playoffs? Year.
The first two rounds they got busy, but what happened when they went to like the Celtics? LeBron hit that run. LeBron hit like 4 game winners in that joint, all throughout that whole entire playoffs, fam.
Yeah, he had one of the
smoking things. He had the runner, the crazy runner. Like he had a lot of late games.
Yeah, that was dope.
100%. Well, who else was he trying to get that was available?
I mean, at the
I
beginning.
think LeBron was on his way out. He had just got they had just got contracts, and he was like, all right. This was the transition year between going. He knew he was going to LA when the season started. As soon as Kyrie was out, it was no doubt. All right, yeah, I'm definitely going now.
I'm just saying I don't believe
that's GM shit, right?
I don't think he has that much. GM, he's the way he can draft a team. I doubt that he has as much power as you think. I definitely think there's some questions or talks about it, but I don't think necessarily they listen all the way like we think. Especially now, the way the Lakers, I mean the Nets are loading up, which we'll get into, and the Lakers haven't made a move yet.
But that's coming though. That's coming.
I don't think he has as much I don't think he has as much like power with the Lakers organization that he has with the Cavs. I think the Lakers.
Got to think about
I think he still has power in that front office, but he doesn't have that same type of power.
I think he does. I think there's some shit in the works.
He's not getting his coach fired with the Lakers.
Like he doesn't need to get his coach fired. His coach listens to him.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, like in other situations, LeBron could have been like, "Nah, let's get somebody else in there," and they might have made that move with the coach like mid-season. But I don't see the Lakers doing something like that. Regardless.
He doesn't need to do that. When the coach says, "LeBron, what you think we should do?" Why is he gonna get him fired? He listens to me.
Like, I understand what you're saying. I'm just bringing up a certain situation that wouldn't fly with the Lakers that has maybe potentially, like he's always denied it. But what was it? Dude from Blair, not Blair. What the hell was that coach name? Blatt. There you go.
Yeah.
So like, there's certain situations where he might have denied it, but if he's not vibing with a coach, he can put that pressure on him.
Well, if LeBron got this much power, and is what we say, and he better figure out to gear up to stop the Nets, because shoot,
DeRozan, right? Wasn't that something
that's coming? I wasn't even gonna say nothing, but yeah, that's coming.
But I don't think it's gonna. If it happens, it happens. We'll see. Like if
I'm not. We'll take Kuzma and a few young players to make it happen.
DeRozan coming.
I don't think Pop trading DeRozan.
DeRozan coming.
He'll take Kuzma and a few young dudes, bro.
No, he's not. Not Pop.
What Pop gonna do? The Spurs ain't doing shit. You might as well.
So you're gonna trade your best player to the best, second best.
Why? What seed do you see the Spurs getting?
True. Because I don't see Pop just gonna give. Hey, I'm gonna give one of my best players to the Lakers to make them better.
I'm gonna keep my best player that's not happy with the situation he's in, that didn't come here in the first place.
All right, we'll see. When
I young talent and some draft capital.
Listen, we'll see. I also don't think LaMarcus is gonna make them any better either. Kev, I heard you say something about LaMarcus and the rumors going on there. I don't think that's it. No, shoot, I think me personally, I'm gonna be on record. I was hyped at the beginning of the season with AD being out. I don't know how long he's gonna be out. They were supposed to be 2 weeks. It seems longer.
Yeah, they said he got degenerative tendonitis.
Son, they might not make. Listen, they might not make it out the West.
What? Who's stopping them?
Clippers are hot. I mean, Dallas Clippers are hot.
I don't want to hear the Clippers, man.
Bro, playing defense against they got to D up against those teams, and right now I don't think they can do it. LeBron might be able to go crazy, but they don't have the defense to make it. Utah, bro. How are they gonna against Utah? How are they gonna manage throughout a 7-game series against Phoenix, Utah? Like, there's a lot of teams that are younger and have a lot.
Okay, was Utah any older last season?
There's more season now.
They're more seasoned than what? Who was really youthful in that?
I mean, their season as far as experience, because they have one more year. They played in big games now. They know how to conduct themselves. Like, things change. They're young but experienced.
Like who? I'm just trying to figure out who y'all saying isn't experienced. Rudy Gobert. Like, they had whatchamacallit, who lost the.
They got one of the best
contest.
Point guards.
Yes, exactly. He's been in 13 years in the league.
Cool.
Jamal Murray.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Oh, Utah. My fault. I'm fucking up. The Jazz. Yeah, my fault. I'm fucking up.
Wait, oh no.
Jamal Murray don't play for the Jazz.
You're talking about Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell. That's everything.
Yeah, Jamal
He hasn't
Murray's
been in the
in
league for 13
Denver,
years.
right?
Donovan Mitchell's still young. He ain't been here 13 years in the league.
I'm talking about the point guard.
Oh.
Who's the point guard?
I mean, Donovan Mitchell's that guy. Come on now.
He's that guy, but so what?
Young Wade.
So what?
Rubio? You talking about Rubio?
No, I'm not talking about Rubio. That's not the point guard.
I didn't mean the point guard. I was meant Jamal Murray on the Nuggets though.
The Nuggets, exactly. I was trying to cover that up. That has nothing to do with nothing. The Jazz,
still good. Nuggets is legit.
They're the same team as they were, and nobody is fresh on that team.
Mike Conley?
Yeah, Mike
has been here 13 years. Don't tell me he needed another year to gel.
Conley's
first year
I'm saying they're going to be able to. I'm saying they have a chance to. I think it's going to be harder for LeBron to make it out of the West. That's all I'm saying.
You said he wasn't making it out of the West, which is crazy.
I don't think. I think it's possible he might make it out of the West.
If they're not seated high enough, that's going to be a like.
Say less. Say less. We'll get there in a minute. We'll talk about it.
You know how I feel about Bron, but I'm also going to take my bias off.
You got to be realistic, bro.
And I'm
just
realistic.
saying, they're a high seed right now, resting AD. They're going to say a bunch of shit is wrong with him that's not wrong with him. Rest up, young man. So when we make this push, it's game time.
But he also had a
when LeBron's going to get his rest. LeBron going to need his rest to gear up too now.
Different. LeBron has the same, he takes care of his body just like Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, and dudes like that invest in their body.
He's playing more minutes, though, than he has in the last.
It doesn't matter. Bron is different. He said it. I don't want rest. And he's proven that year after year. I'm
can say one thing, but he can.
And what happened last year? What happened last year?
I'm just saying,
he
yes.
Played
but
max minutes and did what?
Well, he also got a whole months of rest before they played.
Hmm?
Did a pandemic not happen last year?
I'm just saying, man. Man's never took the
You
rest.
said
out.
what happened last year. I'm sorry. What happened last year?
They need to make a move to make it out the West. Bro.
Say less. Say less. Like right now, they got healthy. Got Schroeder. They got
cold.
Schroeder back. Schroeder's a dog. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Schroeder was out for a minute. AD out. Like this is what I mean. Like you guys are judging now.
I'm not judging.
I feel like those two stay hurt though.
Schroeder's not really
Schroeder
a hurt cat.
and AD stay hurt.
No, I don't think Schroeder stays hurt.
What wasn't he with the Magic?
He's been around.
Yeah, he's been around. He hasn't been hurt. He's just been on bad teams.
He was with the Hawks. No, he was the Hawks. We're
gonna see. I think it's gonna be for him to get out of the West. And you know how I feel about my dog Bron. That's my guy. But that West is right now looking crazy.
I don't think it is looking that crazy.
I think Clippers is on a mission after getting embarrassed the way they did last year.
Who are they in a mission against?
To prove themselves. Like they should have not done.
Get scraped this year too. They went on a mission because they won the other night.
What seed are they in? The Clippers.
I think they're 3.
Exactly. So they're getting scraped here and there. I don't know. I don't like it. But speaking of basketball, still, man, and who I got to beat, I don't think anybody's gonna beat them. KD, man, Kyrie, and Harden. Now, DZ said they needed big men. They didn't have it. They got a person in Blake Griffin now who doesn't really need to do anything but play defense and rebound. He don't need to be Blake Griffin of any old. He just got to come in and with DeAndre Jordan back in that looks like it's the old reunited Clippers.
Oh, it's the reunited Clippers that got dogged back then, right?
But they were a big part.
I digress with Chris Paul, right?
He was hurt.
I digress.
He was hurt. But
Chris Paul was hurt. Yeah. But
go ahead.
I mean, but Chris Paul didn't also have next to him a KD and James Harden or a Kyrie and James Harden or any of the
Crawford and Ty Lue, which is
I hear you, but the Nets have been playing better without KD.
Okay. Yes. Granted. Do you think you're really gonna sit here? You're really gonna sit here and act like when KD comes back, Harden is just when KD was there with Harden. I mean, Harden just was more of a passer. Now he's actually true. Harden is a
triple double
dog.
Exactly. But now you got to split the ball between Kyrie and KD.
You sound crazy right now, though.
I'm just saying, Kyrie has been going nuts. Yeah, so
KD,
now you need to get KD in there to get his. Kyrie,
he's too efficient.
I'm just saying, Kyrie left LeBron because he didn't want to be Robin. When KD comes back, he's not going to be okay with being Robin.
Kyrie
like him,
big Robin right
now.
What
did he think he was going to
be? He's Batman right now.
No, he's not. Right
now? What? Kyrie just dropped 43 the other night.
Yeah, but who's getting the who's doing everything else? Harden. That Harden makes the team run.
Harden is giving him the ball. That's Robin shit. That's give me the ball. Let me cook.
So you think
what I would say is I watched the game. That was a good ass game last night. That was enjoyable. I think I would say, in all honesty, Irving might be my favorite offensive player to watch in the NBA right now.
Oh yeah,
he's a different type of. He's a different type of dude.
With KD on the court, he's not cooking like that.
But KD, what I'm saying is, KD isn't an every night type of dude. He doesn't have to be.
What? What are you talking about?
When KD comes on, he can still play his role. He understands that
KD's not a role player. KD is that guy.
I'm not saying a role player. He can go off when he needs to, but you don't have to be that dude every night.
Name one night KD wasn't KD. Name one night KD wasn't KD. KD was the MVP Finals on Golden State. Steph Curry.
I understand what you're saying,
so
but
name one night
didn't have to be that dude.
What about?
When
was he not that dude?
He's good in a system where he doesn't have to be that dude. What I'm saying.
When have we seen that?
He's still shot
in every system he's ever been in. What are you talking about right now?
What are you talking about, Kev?
What I'm saying
is KD everywhere he's gone.
Offensive player, but he doesn't have to when he has he can still play defense and go for 20 and 5 and 2, but Irving may still go for 30.
Oh, Kev, the reason he left OKC was because Russ didn't give him the damn ball. KD is KD. I'm KD. I don't give a fuck if you're Kyrie. I'm KD every night.
But you can be KD for another 15 years as opposed to another 5 to 7.
No player's thinking that. Nobody balls to ball over longevity, Kev. He's KD.
You haven't won a ring, bro. You thinking about that shit.
He won a ring. What are you talking about?
Well, what I'm saying, when he hasn't as money as he feels like he should have, because he didn't contribute as much as he wanted to when he tore the Achilles. So that one he won, but
he's chipped up.
But either way, bro.
Okay, we got 2 Finals MVPs.
What are you talking about?
One or two, right? Was he 2?
But either way,
he got 2 of them bitches.
What are you talking about? He's got everything he wanted. He's KD.
So, quick question for you, DZ.
That's to do it.
Kyrie is not Robin. He's Batman right now. How is it that he is Batman, but yet James Harden is the one creeping up in the MVP race?
Because James Harden changed his game and showed his versatility. So they're giving him MVP race because he changed up from being a dominant scorer to doing everything you need to do to win.
And the dominant scorer still. Because his scoring numbers is still.
But you got to remember, Kyrie took a whole week off of basketball. And then he was hurt.
James Harden took multiple weeks off when he was with the Heat.
So did Kyrie. Kyrie was hurt, and then he said, fuck it, I'm not playing basketball.
And we thought James Harden was fat.
He was fat and still cooking.
He was chilling. All of a sudden, he got to the Nets. He had no gut.
No, Google his number in Houston. He was still cooking.
I'm actually looking at it. He had some of his outputs.
What was his pointage then? In Houston.
In the last 10 to 15 games, he was averaging 10 to 12, 10 to 20, 10 to 15 points a game. He was not doing much of anything.
He wasn't doing shit, bro. And he was doing it on purpose because he wanted to get out of there. We all know that.
How many games was that?
I just don't get how somebody can be in the MVP creeping up in the race ever since now, and he's the Robin. That never made sense to me.
Because MVP is all about valuable player.
So name one who was a Robin.
Name one MVP that was a Robin. Steve Nash.
What?
Steve Nash wasn't a Robin?
Hell no. He made that team go. Are you crazy?
What are you talking about, DZ?
So is Harden. Harden's doing the same thing Steve Nash did.
And we're saying,
I think that's his point.
Goddamn Robin.
That's the point he's making.
He made the team go, but was he the primary scorer on that team?
He was a primary, whatever you needed.
Stoudemire was the primary scorer on that team.
Was not.
Stoudemire was a 20 and 10 dude. He wasn't getting.
Stoudemire was the scorer of the team.
20
That's everything. Actual scoring. You got to assists also count for points. You know that.
Here we go. Now we're moving the goalposts. All right, cool.
Not goalposts. That's the what is the plus or minus? Like
that's
they,
when,
they do it now.
Like when people don't realize when LeBron Ray Allen saved the Heat with that shot and saved LeBron's career. LeBron scored or assisted on all 16 of the points in the fourth quarter.
I don't even talk to those people, but
when LeBron goes off, for example, when he goes off for points and assists, that's not making the team go.
I agree.
Steve Nash, you act like Steve Nash is out here only dropping like 9.
I agree, but I also don't think like. And I hate to say it, but like Bron wasn't trying to be Batman then. He was trying to be Robin. And that's why he deferred a lot of the shit he should have himself.
That's why I said that specific moment, that specific year, because he was Batman that
year. He was Batman, yeah. But it was his Wade said, it's your team. Let's go.
No, now you're moving. I'm talking about times when the person is Batman. Now still back to this point. Who has been a Batman that has been MVP? Because Steve Nash is the craziest answer you give. Stoudemire was not even in the fucking voting for MVP.
He wasn't, but I'm saying that was the scorer.
No, that's not Batman. And Stoudemire has been
that trophy should have went to Kobe, but
that has nothing
to talk about. These goddamn Robins getting MVP.
I'll wait. I don't hear Kyrie MVP though.
Of course not, because he's killing shit every night.
There's people that kill. Klay Thompson killed shit a lot every night. Has he ever been a Batman?
He couldn't because Steph was killing more.
Okay, so this is why Kyrie can't be MVP, because Harden is killing and doing everything. What are we talking about here?
I'm just saying, man. My man Reed's cooking. And when KD comes back,
yeah, for the league.
Timestamp episode 10. It's gonna be problems.
KD is one of the most efficient scorers. He's only gonna need max 16 shots and will drop 30 a game. Easily.
You talking about shooting?
That's a lot of shots, though. Yeah. That's a lot of shots.
16 shots?
That's a lot of shots.
No.
That's a lot of shots.
Bro, you can take 6 shots in 2 quarters. You're damn near. You're more than halfway.
We gotta remember.
6 shots in 2 quarters, man.
Especially not for KD.
That's dropping a lot of Kyrie shots. I'm telling you. And you know James Harden gonna get his. He the point guard. He gonna get his.
I want the Nets to lose so bad, bro.
I don't want him to lose. I just said it's overhyped. Like I think with Blake they're gonna beat. I think they're gonna beat the whatchamacallit, Philadelphia. I think they'll beat. I don't think they beat
Philadelphia without Blake.
No, I don't think they would beat in Philadelphia without Blake.
I already told you I don't think they're gonna beat the Heat. So.
Nobody's listening to that shit, Kev. Nobody. Literally nobody is thinking about the Heat right now.
March 12th. I'm just letting you know.
The Heat might not make the playoffs.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
They're gonna make the playoffs, but they're not. No.
The Heat might get him in the first round.
If that happens, yeah.
You're gonna get what you wanted.
Listen.
What you want, bro?
Said it out loud, bro.
That's not what you want.
Nobody is beating the Nets.
Yeah. You can go ahead and cancel that Tyler Hero show. It's over.
Nobody's gonna be on that.
That's Niggas going to hell.
The Nets only need 2 out of the 3 players to win it this year.
No.
No, not if they get Blake. They're gonna have to give up some of their bench. If they lose 2 out of those,
They already got Blake.
They got Blake.
they got Blake.
Yeah, because Blake got cut, so he's already getting paid.
Yeah.
They had to pay him very little.
Yeah.
So that was a gift. That was a gift.
They got a gift. They got a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Without giving up some of that bench that they already given up in the past. It's over.
I like that shooter they got though. What's his name? Hogan? Is what?
Harris.
Something with an H. Huh?
Harris, white boy.
Yeah. He's
They have
he's
everything. They got shooters.
He's cold.
They got 4.
They got a few young shooting guards and point guards that are pretty good too.
Yeah, they got some cold ass people there.
And you really think the
They
Lakers
got rid of LeVert and a few other dudes that they had.
Lakers different.
Because you got to think about the amount of picks that they've had.
Lakers ain't winning. Lakers can't shoot with that team.
They need to make a few trades, bro. I don't see the Nets. Like I said, I don't see the
Steph
Nets.
Curry. That's what they need, and they still would probably lose with Steph.
I don't see
What?
No, they would still lose.
It's over. Go on. Don't even play this shit out.
I don't see the Nets winning the East, but either way, I don't.
Kev, you said the Heat. After that, nobody wants to hear what you talking about.
It's like, no,
You said the
Nets
Heat.
You could just say say you're a Heat fan, and that's why you're rooting for the Heat. But you gotta be real. Heat ain't fucking winning, bro.
listen,
Like they're not.
when it comes to the playoffs,
No.
we have a few months before the playoffs.
Kev, stop.
Or not really. We have like a maybe 3.5, 4 weeks, but still, we got like maybe a full month before the playoffs actually start. We'll be all right, bro.
And you're banking on the Heat winning it all.
No, going to beat a top 3 seed.
So you have the Nets coming out of the East. Who was coming out of the East?
Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm glad you gave somewhat of a possible answer.
But the Heat are at least going to be a top 3 seed at some point. But I think Philadelphia will make it out of the East. That's
Seth,
my like.
Heat is going to be top 3?
No, they're going to beat.
They're going to beat a top 3.
Because they'll probably come in at 8 or like somewhere between 8 and 6. So they'll be playing somewhere top 3 seed. So I feel like they'll win.
Come out of the East, man.
I got the Nets coming out the East. I got the Nets coming out the East, and I got the Lakers coming out the West, depending on what how AD look, health wise.
They're gonna rest them.
Playoffs.
They're gonna rest.
We gonna move this, man. We gonna get back to football. We're gonna turn up to football, man. A couple QBs getting some signings, man. Teams doing their thing. Dak Prescott, man, first with the big signing. How y'all feel about that?
Good for Dak.
Yeah, definitely good for Dak. I'm happy for Dak.
My man got a $66 million signing bonus.
Yep.
And he's due to make at least $42 million a year for the next couple of years. So 75 in the first year. It's one of those like this is the way that contract should be paid off for football players.
The Cowboys are gonna stink.
They probably might.
A massive
For a long time.
for the franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Dak. I always want to see the man, that guy get his money, the black man get his money. But I don't understand it. When they should have paid him, last year or before he got hurt, when it made more sense.
2 years ago. 2 years ago was the sweet number. They would have got away with 31 million a year.
But it's Jerry Jones. Jones is going to be Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones is a fucking bozo.
Before Wentz and the rest of them signed their big deal, Wentz and Goff, so they would have got him for less than 35 a year for maybe 8 to 10 years, realistically.
No, maybe 4 or 5. They wasn't getting
Jerry
paid
Jones
years.
would have signed them for a long deal, bro.
Dak is not taking an 8 to 10 year. That was the beef.
Yeah. So I mean, what do y'all think? What do y'all think overall, though? Like, Seth, I'm leaning what Seth said. That I don't think that's gonna make it's not like the Cowboys are automatically a contender now. I don't see that. I could be completely wrong, but
I think it maxes their shitty potential, and it was the right move. I just thought it was too late.
You got to think about the division. They're likely to be one of the top 2 teams in the division.
No.
Well, anybody could be a top 2 teams in that division.
Exactly.
No.
So that's the point.
You paying them?
Jalen Hurts. What do you mean? You're not gonna. Okay, so they didn't win the division with what's his face, the ginger rocket.
Andy Dalton.
Backup. Andy Dalton.
All right, so they're not going to win the division with another backup or quality. So you sign the dude that you know is going to come back and be at least better than Andy Dalton.
Yeah, they got to pay him. They had to pay him.
I'm not saying they didn't have to pay him. I'm not saying that. It's just
you can't franchise
what that means for your team. Matter of fact, no, they could have not paid him.
No,
I think more so them paying him had more to do with Jerry Jones and how he looks as an owner. If he doesn't pay Dak after he is hurt and he's going through all that shit, as far as like contract, it looks real bad on them as a organization. Other players coming.
Jerry don't give a fuck about that.
Of course,
they had to pay him because who else is out there on the market for them?
Well, who else? Where else was Dak gonna go for that type of money?
That's what took him so long. Somebody would have signed Dak.
That's what you got to realize. Dak this year, because it was his last year on the contract, could have said, "Fuck it, I'm not playing," and he would have been a free agent next season.
But who does that hurt more?
Exactly.
That hurts them.
The Saints would have signed Dak, and they would have traded him.
Dak balls
like Jameis away and signed Dak Prescott.
The injury he had wasn't no like torn
ACL type injury. It was an ankle, bro. It wasn't like a bone that was like, you know what I mean? It was a joint. It happened.
It was terrible. Did you watch it? I watched it live.
Yes, I did.
But the diagnosis is more bone and ligament, which is quicker to heal. Like, that's what I'm saying. But like Dak is a dog quietly. The team is just a shit show because of Jerry Jones.
Dak's not really. Dak is Dak. Listen,
Dak has thrown for 4,000 yards probably the last 4 years. The team is just a shit organization.
I'm not saying he's like. I'm not saying he's like. But I'm not saying he's top 10.
He's not worth
top 10 in my book when he's healthy.
Top 10 QBs.
He's top 10 when he's healthy.
He's not top 5. I mean, that's top 5 money he's getting.
I mean, it's top 5 money because he's getting paid when the market dictates a certain number. That's why I said the Cowboys waited too long. If they would have paid him 2 years ago, it would have been $31 million a year or 4 years.
Years ago, we're talking about right now.
We're talking about right now. The market went up. You got to realize Mahomes got paid
because the market went up. No,
that's how it works. Demand. No one's getting paid under $35 million a year as a quarterback.
Demand in place. There's no demand for Dak.
There's a demand for him. There's a demand for him.
There's a demand in Dallas, bro.
Who's better? Who's better than Dak that they could?
It's not about who's better. It's about the organization.
That's exactly what it is.
It ain't though. You talking about on a year-to-year basis. Maybe it is the best move for next year, but going down the line, they're going to stink. They're going to be bad. This is the equivalent of the Ravens paying Joe Flacco.
Yes. Okay,
it's the equivalent.
It is no. Don't disrespect Dak like that. No,
because
stop
you
it.
Also have to
Joe
think
Flacco was not as good as Dak.
Joe
absolutely was. On that team, yes, he was.
He
wanted
so
you niggas disrespect Eli Manning, but give Joe Flacco his flowers. I fucking hate it.
Whoa! I'm not giving Joe Flacco flowers. Not doing that.
Joe Flacco had a great playoff run. He took advantage of a bad a DB play on that fucking pass.
Bro, he went to the playoffs every year before that.
Yeah.
Every year before that. He didn't miss the playoffs until after he signed the contract.
What? With the most dominant defense in the league.
Well, what did Dak do, DZ? What did Dak do?
With the most dominant defense in the league.
No, Cowboys have the most dominant defense in the league. Nigga, what are you talking about?
At one point, yes, they did. And I'm not saying last year.
They did not. They haven't. Since they had DeMarcus there. No, they haven't.
They had the defense
O-line. They had one of them. They had a top 5 defense in the league.
They had a top 5 O-line. Defense has always stunk.
No, they had a great D-line and linebackers. They had a terrible.
When was that?
It was a couple years ago.
It was, yes, thank you. When DeMarcus was there.
When DeMarcus was there.
They stink. DeMarcus Ware was there, yes. And which was on the middle linebacker?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
We're talking like 4 years ago.
I'm thinking like 2019, 2008.
No.
Yeah,
their DBs were dog shit.
I'm not saying that DBs weren't, but as a
Dak
defense,
still threw for 4,000 plus yards. Like
Okay.
the man is doing what he can. He's doing everything he can. It's been shit play calling and a shit system. Jerry Jones should not be the GM. You're a billionaire. Hire a GM that knows what he's doing, because all you're doing is getting all the FaceTime and fucking your team up. He's been in a shit situation and he's been kissing ass.
And this is another instance of Jerry Jones fucking the team up by paying Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott deserved
not paying him what he did is going to fuck up
because he waited so long.
Hold on,
if he paid him 2 years ago when he should have, it would have been.
I'm talking about now. We're not talking about 2 years ago. We're talking about him paying them right now. He just paid him off of an ankle injury. This is what we're talking about. I'm not saying I'm glad for Dak. I'm glad Dak got his money, but he does not worth that. The same way Joe Flacco wasn't worth that $100 million.
Give me an option he had. Give me an option.
What you mean? What option? You let him walk and you go get another quarterback for less money and you rebuild your team.
Who was he gonna get?
It doesn't matter. Anyone.
They're not really like Super Bowl contenders with Dak, so you can afford to go in the draft, possibly get a rookie, or Dak can't afford to sit out another year and then hopefully get signed. Right? That's not.
Like Jerry Jones is arrogant. He's not going on a season like I'm going to tank this season.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying we're talking about what they could have done. Me and Seth are giving you little like ways what they went in the draft. You could have built around your team, right? Get some more pieces, shore back up the O-line, right? Get back into the really what made it go for the play action for Dak. You can get a QB that can handle that, and then you find a QB that's pretty good.
Oh, but you're talking about a couple years, and he brought up 2019. 2019, they won a division, didn't they?
Hold on, but Kev has something to say though. Kev, what
Kev?
I'm just gonna let y'all know he's. I think it's a good contract. The reason I say that is because I think that Ezekiel Elliott will get released in the next 3 years.
He shouldn't have got paid in the first place. That's Pollard.
So my point is that they'll probably get rid of that contract, which was a terrible deal for them as a team, and this Dak contract will look so much better in the light. So my point is that I think it's a good signing because they're looking ahead to likely releasing Ezekiel Elliott. Is my take on
Dak Prescott do what he does without Ezekiel Elliott?
Talk to me, Seth.
100%.
Hell no.
100%.
No.
What are we talking about? What did Zeke do last year?
So if they have the O-line they did a couple years ago, they don't need Ezekiel Elliott. They need 2 or 3 other running backs that can carry the ball.
They had 2 and 3 good running backs behind Ezekiel Elliott.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Pollard. They had Pollard before they paid Zeke. Pollard was going off. Because they did not need to pay Zeke. Pollard was a dog on a rookie contract. They paid Zeke because they felt they had to.
Because Zeke was the best player of that team. He's making it go. Dak at the time was more of a game manager, and now he's starting to really let the cannon go. I don't know why we're acting like that.
Can you Google his numbers from 2019 and
tell me he was what I said? I said Dak at the time paid Zeke.
That was 2019.
He was the best player.
Google Dak 2019 Dak stats, and we'll cancel everything you're saying.
Okay.
Dak was balling without Zeke.
This is the thing. You're going off of stats when we're telling you why the certain things were so.
What I'm saying was they were winning with Pollard. They paid Zeke because they felt inclined to pay Zeke. They were good without Zeke.
Zeke, while him and Dak came in together, has been the better player. Things up for Dak to allow Dak to grow. Because the play action was a motherfucker on that team.
100% until they got Pollard. That was true.
You rely on
100%. 100% until they got Pollard.
So Zeke should have essentially got paid. He was the workhorse. He got hurt.
Paid the O-line. Just keep paying the O-line.
The O-line was getting paid.
Anybody that you're
handing. The Cowboys were 8-8 in 2019.
Excuse me?
The Cowboys were 8-8 in.
And what did they do?
Without Zeke.
Without Zeke, Nick. That's what we talking about.
And what did they do? They did what?
Say it again.
And what did they do? They go to playoffs?
No.
And what did they do 2020 with Zeke?
Nothing.
They had nothing. They were completely dismissed. You said Dak was going on.
What was Dak's numbers in 2019?
It doesn't. They were losing games.
They were losing games because, like I said, shit organization, shit play calling, no defense.
So if that's the case, then why the fuck are you paying Dak Prescott?
Google 2019 like they was the truth without Zach, like that.
I'm just saying that's as good as they're gonna get. That's as good as they're gonna get.
The truth, they went from Andy Dalton to they also had a true rookie QB from JMU who I was rooting for. He was a JMU guy.
And what'd he do?
He wasn't. He was like a 6th, 7th round draft pick. He wasn't no. Everybody.
Yeah, that's why they paid him.
I want to point something out. So in 2018, when Zeke was healthy,
he went to go take a piss.
So you just saying this is a good contract too, Kev. So I'm going to point a few things out. 2018, Zeke was healthy is when they went to the playoffs. They were 10-6.
Woo!
Anytime the Cowboys were a good team, back when Tony Romo, they had a good offensive line and a good run game. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that they didn't pass the ball well. What I'm saying is the run game, they passed the ball off of the run. Whenever they have to just pass the ball and they don't run the ball very well, they stink. So why am I paying a guy that type of money if he needs he needs a legit running back or a running game behind him to make shit happen? Again, this is the equivalent of Joe Flacco and the Ravens. They are going to stink for. Let me not say they're going to stink. They are not going to be a good football team. They will not be a Super Bowl contender for a long time because of this.
So yeah, like I feel like a lot of the statements that you're making are very contradictory because I feel like y'all always talk about upside. Y'all were just talking about upside last week.
No, we were talking about who was better.
Right, I understand that. That was because of upside.
Because we were talking about who was better because of talent.
Bro,
at that moment,
Russell Wilson at his and Deshaun Watson at what I've seen so far.
You are asleep. I don't think you're watching.
Nobody agreed with that last week.
I don't know what you're looking at when you look at these two. I'm not saying Russell Wilson is bad, but he is not Deshaun Watson by any means. Okay. Not even like I'm not going too far and say it's not close. But you sleep, man. You sleep.
Sean different.
I understand. Like I hear what you're saying.
Go ahead, Kev.
I hear what you're saying, bro. But Russell's different, bro. He brings that extra to the table. So that's something that's not being accounted for. So either way, what I'm saying is they're paying for the upside. I feel like Dak brings more upside to that team for the next couple of years with his leadership. They can bring in young guys and allow Dak to bring them up.
Hey, they are incorrect.
We're going to move a little bit because there's a couple of pieces that happened. Cam Newton signed 1-year deal.
14 mil.
Approve itself deal, which I'm definitely on for betting yourself, and we'll get into that. But I also want to tie this in with another thing that's real quiet is that man Tom Brady.
I was going to say that.
That man Tom Brady. 4-year extension, dog. But we're gonna tie into both of these first, and we're gonna segue into Cam. Me and Session on record, man. I'm hyped that he's betting on himself. I think it's a dope thing. I think you said it wasn't the way to go.
I understand it, but I don't like it.
Why not?
I just feel like you hear reports of everybody in the Patriots organization bigging Cam up. They love Cam as the leader. What he did for the locker room, they did all this. And it's like, I was watching the analysts earlier, they judging his sounds and all of that, but it's like, no one's factoring the facts that Cam did not have full beginning of the season everyone has. He did not have Julian Edelman all season. He caught COVID. And, some people can't get out of bed for a week with COVID. He's playing quarterback for the NFL with COVID and dealing with lingering effects. It's like Cam is Cam. And it's just like, you know what you got. I get it. Prove it. I understand his ego is just like, you know what? I'll prove him the best. But the Patriots, they got to say, yo, I know he's the guy. Let's just make it known that he's the guy, because it's a different feel when you go in the season knowing you're the guy. Then I still have to prove myself, and I'm Cam Newton.
That's That's the Patriots way, man. Bill Belichick going Bill Belichick, and that's what makes Bill Belichick coaches to ever do it, if not the greatest coach. He's never been that way. There's a story that Ocho Cinco, man, tells all the time. First day of practice, they throw on film, and Bill Belichick's cursing out Tom Brady. That's what Bill's gonna do when you gotta prove yourself. So like, you gotta better yourself. We've seen what the market, since y'all are big on market, did to Cam. The market did not want Cam. Where else would you gonna do? You gotta go prove yourself.
14 years, like 14 mil. Sorry, 14 mil is the more than he would have made with incentives or not anywhere else.
It's not guaranteed, Kev. And
either way,
guaranteed.
He's making at least 6 mil, 6.5.
It's not true, Kev. It's a prove-it contract, and that's my point. He can get
6 mil is tied to incentives, so he's going to make at least.
Do you know what incentives means? It's not guaranteed, Kev. It's incentives, which means you need to play a specific amount of games, Kev. Incentives and guarantees is two different things, Kevin. We tried to explain this to you last week. 6 mil guaranteed is different than 6 mil in incentives. Incentives could mean you need to play
$14 million contract.
Holy shit, Kev.
How much is guaranteed?
How much guaranteed, Kev? This is what we're saying. If he gets cut, he gets nothing. Incentives mean you need to play 10 full games or some shit like that. That's what incentives mean.
What it says is 6 mil is tied to incentives. So if it's
how much is guaranteed?
6, it doesn't state.
That's what you're not getting, Kev. Guaranteed means you're guaranteed that money. Incentives means nothing. That means you need to play a specific amount of games to make that money. And if they cut him at training camp, it's over. He gets nothing. There's no guaranteed money, Kev.
I haven't checked just quite yet.
I know. Check. Do what you need to do.
Well, all I saw was that when I saw it this morning, all I saw was I just thought that was just dope in itself.
He has around 4 mil guaranteed.
It says that
3.5 fully guaranteed and 1.5 in a signing bonus, and his salary for this coming year is 1.5. So 2 mil signing bonus, salary of 1.5, and he can
2 mil guaranteed.
So he can earn up to 10 mil in the next year, depending on incentives and other.
Now, I like it if they're putting pieces around him. If they're going out like, well, it's still beginning of free agency. There's still some receivers out there. If they just go on what they got right now, offensively, it's not. I don't think it's a great move at that point. But I assume that they're going to be going out and getting some more offensive talent, as far as like in the skill position area.
Gordon is still available. Go pick that man up and a couple other pieces around.
Josh Gordon is with Johnny Manziel right now.
I know he's playing in the something league. What's that new? The fan base league.
Yeah, fan control. So
hey, he had a catch. Go ahead.
Yeah, Antonio Brown might be the one pickup that's still out there that people may be intrigued in.
No, Antonio Brown's going right back to Tampa Bay.
No,
I'm sure.
So speaking of Tampa Bay, since we're on the topic, Brady announced that we're keeping the band together. Tom Brady agrees to an extension with the Bucs. The details are a little bit not revealed truly, but he's going to have another extension. It says something that it includes 3 voidable years and results in the 1-year extension. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. But in the long run, he has saved the team $19 million against the salary cap.
You know why he did that, right?
It gives them an opt-out so that they can still franchise Godwin.
No,
they did that so they can get Odell.
Or get someone.
If you say so.
They're going to get somebody.
He said he wants Odell.
He wants Odell.
He said it. He restructured his contract to get Odell.
Tom Brady out here. Not playing.
It's really a goat, bro.
Yo, he's just getting niggas ring. Come on. You ain't get your ring, you nice? Come on. Let's.
They're not making it out there.
And what's his name is the tight end who was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude from Alabama. Fuck them though. They ain't making it out the NFC. I don't care.
What? Talking about?
Packers are gonna be better. Fuck.
Packers are not doing what they need to do. They should be going after Odell seriously, but there's no talks of that.
They'll go after They'll what's dude from the Bengals?
AJ Green.
That's who I want the Packers to go after. If they go after him and a good young tight end, Packers can do some things.
I'd rather Odell.
He's a nasty.
Odell and Devontae Adams.
That sounds
That's
good.
That's nasty. That is nasty.
Right. You're right. But
I'll take AJ
Green though. AJ Green is a dog, bro.
You don't want AJ Green over Odell.
I'll take it, but
AJ Green off the foot, Odell off the ACL. I'll take AJ Green, bro.
That's the silliest. That's the silliest shit.
AJ for a while, bro. Put my brother AJ for a while.
Yeah, what the hell you talk about? You take AJ Green over Odell?
Healthy?
He had half the season to play.
Both healthy, I might take AJ.
What?
Both healthy, I might take AJ.
See, that's what I'm about.
I told you, AJ Green.
Wait, Seth said that dumb shit too?
That dude.
This is why we talked about Flacco tonight. Y'all niggas is on that shit. Like, I understand weed is legal in Maine, but y'all need to leave that shit alone. AJ Green over Odell?
Yeah, I don't think it's close.
What are you talking about?
Given like it's a huge age difference, and it's different health wise. I'm just saying like healthy, if all things the same.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I think AJ in his prime.
AJ in his prime has never done what Odell has done in his prime.
Thank you. Odell made Eli a Pro Bowl. Odell made a Pro Bowl quarterback. Single-handedly.
So also understand a lot of Odell's game is due to his explosive ability to cut across field.
Yeah, the ACL is a hiccup in this day and age.
But I hear what you're saying, bro, but you still have to show coming off of that you are explosive. I haven't seen that.
Okay, Trev was explosive. Trev was explosive.
Bro, I'm talking about seeing him do it. Right?
AJ Green do anything with your foot, Cap? What are you talking about? Are you getting daily footage of AJ Green? They sending you some shit we don't know?
He played last year. He came back and played some games.
Cap. What the fuck did he do, Cap? What did he do, Cap?
His quarterback towards ACL had no reason to continue to do what he was doing.
Oh my
AJ
God.
Green been hurt a lot. So now the question is, when they are fully healthy and at their primes, who has done more fully healthy? Because we don't know.
Fully healthy, I'm going with Odell. But what I'm saying is right now,
so then
I'm still going AJ.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm still going AJ. I don't give a fuck what y'all talk about these numbers and who did more. I look at the film and I'm looking at who receiver. AJ Green is the better receiver in my
Odell Beckham. You can put him in the slot. You can put him at X. You can put him. Then you can, if you want, you can go put him at punt returner. All
talking about, Sesh. Like, what film are you seeing? Like, what have you seen?
Okay.
When AJ Green is healthy, AJ Green was arguably the best receiver in the league.
He was an argument.
It was 1A, 1B for him and Julio.
He was in the argument.
Yeah, so
Odell was competing with Antonio Brown. AJ Green has never been in the conversation with Antonio Brown, ever. And they're in the same division. He's never been in that conversation.
Yes, he has.
No, he has not. With AB. Never.
AJ Brown was in the same division.
Like I said, when he's healthy, when he came into the league, he was one of the best receivers in the league. When I say one of the best, I'm saying top two, and he wasn't two.
He was definitely two. But
that's a point on that, because
I'm just saying, if you
just
put
like Odell made
AJ Green and AB,
Andy Dalton, he made something. AJ Green made Andy Dalton. We can't deny that.
Make Andy Dalton a Pro Bowler.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying, to go back on the argument of Eli. Listen, I'm all for Pro Bowl. I'm saying Odell, but Sesh has some points. Is what I'm going at.
Sesh has a point. Yeah, AJ Green was a dog, but Odell, like, come on now, Odell played half a season his rookie season, and he put up more stats than probably Green did that season.
And see, this is the thing. We're gonna go out. We're gonna continue to go off stats, and I'm talking about something totally different.
What are we talking about then? If I played half the games as you and I'm still competitive with you in the season, what is there to talk about? And I'm making crazy catches.
I'm talking about playing.
Odell has one of the best catches in history. That one-hand catch over that Dallas Cowboys catch for a touchdown is one of the best catches in history.
Okay.
When have you seen that? And that was a half a season.
Man, I watched Antonio Cromartie do that from a defensive back position. It's just the fact he did that shit.
We're not talking about DBs. We're talking about wide receivers.
It's been done a lot.
Exactly. It's a bunch of people who make one-handed catches.
He just happened to do it on Monday night in New York.
I guess it's that easy.
It is.
Say
obviously.
Randy
Moss is arguably the greatest wide receiver to play the game.
And he was catching shit with one hand on purpose.
Thank you. So is up there, is what you're saying.
No, we're talking about the catch.
Okay. So he's mimicking the best receiver to ever do it. AJ Green got that.
What does this have to do with anything?
What I'm saying is half a season, and I don't have to Google, but you can Google. He probably had a better season than AJ Green that season. Half a season. That's how nice he is.
If you say so. He's all right.
Given if I'm right now, we're not saying all things are created equal, because all things aren't created equal. And what are they talking about right now? I'm going Odell right now.
So why'd you say that to begin with? Why'd you make us go through all this shit? Odell was the man.
No, I was just making a point because you were just saying it like it was so far fetched for like.
I didn't say it was far fetched. I said Odell. Like, and you said no, AJ Green. I'm going.
Like, I said if all things were created equal. If all things were created equal, I was talking about AJ Green. When we were talking about the getting AJ Green over Odell, I said nah, you get Odell.
Okay, so I'll bring it back. You're talking about coming off the injury. Would you go right now if you could get Zeke or Saquon coming off the ACL? Who you taking the first day of the season?
Zeke.
Neither. I'm saving my cap space and going somewhere else. Neither.
Okay,
so that's a Giants fan being non-committal.
No, I'm just being realistic.
I'm going Zeke. I think Saquon still has more of a, but until he shows me he can run in between them tackles, I'm going Zeke.
I would probably have to say the same just because Zeke has done more in the league.
Yeah, I just think Saquon has so much, but he tries to get to that corner sometimes when you missed a lot of 2-3 yard runs that could change the offense and change the coach's call. Zeke will go up in the tackle.
You gotta look at the O-line differences though. You talking about Zeke running between the tackles with a better O-line. Our O-line has been shit. But when Eli got Saquon in space, Saquon was the man.
But there's holes and there's reads that he missed. A lot of stuff is blamed on the O-line that the Giants had. And Saquon didn't help sometimes by the way he missed a lot of holes in assignments because he was always looking for the home run play when sometimes you cut up and you could help your O-lineman in getting the 3 yards. 3 yards is a really good number to get. You're going to start ripping off. Then you look for the home run. He missed a lot of holes and a lot of reads as a running back. It's just easier to sit there and say they had a bad O-line. He didn't help his O-line. Being back is helping your O-line. Le'Veon Bell is one of the realest at being patient, and then what? 100%. Boom, 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 boom.
100%.
It's Zeke.
But then got overpaid. He should also get scooped up by the pack. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there, man.
Le'Veon can
the energy out there.
You don't just need to keep getting guys. Le'Veon Bell was amazing. Still was top guy.
Fresh legs, bro. Fresh legs. I'm happy for us to re-sign our young RBs, but I think Le'Veon Bell will make things.
No, Aaron Jones is a dog. I don't know why you're calling for Le'Veon Bell. Aaron Jones is a monster.
Not at all.
I think Aaron Jones is going somewhere else though. But yeah. So, I mean,
I love Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I think the Packers need to do a lot more upgrade and just get a big name. We miss J.J. Watt. We just keep missing the boat. So, you know what I mean? But we're gonna take it over sports real quick, and we're gonna get to what's been popular out in the world. And one of the most popular things right now is the cancel culture movement.
Chill, Pepe.
My dog Pepe is gone. Now listen, not for nothing, no. Kev, I seen you was really upset that they canceled Pepe, but Pepe was wilding, son.
Listen, bro. Pepe was all about giving the ladies a little smooch. But listen, so I'll put it with this. The reason why had the French accent is because he was supposed to be an overly aggressive, like overly romantic.
You said it right the first time, but go ahead.
Not perfect, but an overly romantic individual who kind of, went the extra effort to prove his love. But the point that I made on social was that, Pepe was just being presidential. He was over there grabbing him by the Pepe, and like now people got a problem with it. Listen, man, if Pepe had a different accent, I think things would have gone a little different.
Grew up on Pepe, and now look what we got. We got presidentials being Pepe.
Governor.
Nah, Pepe. I don't know if he grew up on Pepe, bro. Grew up on privilege. That's different.
Kev quietly is Pepe. Kev quietly is.
His last couple open ups has been just wild right now.
It's crazy. I had to sit back. I'm out of this.
Listen, bro. What I'm saying is that
who else did they cancel?
People too sensitive. Elmer Fudd got his gun taken away. He's a hunter. How do you hunt without a gun? Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, that was because of 6 books.
Cancel him. They canceled like 6 books.
Yeah.
You fucked
They
up.
didn't cancel him though. They did it voluntarily.
Right? It's like saying if Def Jam was like, yo, listen, these 6 albums was trash. We're gonna take them out of our discography. They're gonna be like, oh shit, Def Jam canceling these artists.
So you think cancel culture is going too far?
Yes.
I know that they tried to cancel Eminem. I'm surprised you wasn't.
Bro, nobody can cancel Eminem. They tried to cancel him when he was hot. It didn't happen.
I'm just saying, I know you felt the way about that one. I knew that was a straw. Pepe Le Pew and then Eminem, then Pepe.
I was about to write a letter, bro. I was about to put the pen to paper, bro.
What do we think about this whole cancel culture, man? No, on a serious topic. What
on a serious topic, I'll go first. I'll just say that I think it's moving it's like a magician's trick. Like they try to move your eye to a certain point to move your in a different direction. That shit doesn't really mean much of anything. It's more of a gesture to kind of show like, oh, look at this shit, but we're not really doing much of anything. So it's more of like a hoorah and like confetti falling from the sky, but it's not really anything that's making any actual change or doing anything that's that meaningful. When you put them all together, yes, eventually it'll mean something, but I think it's in and of itself, it doesn't of anything.
So that's what you think, man.
I'm with you 100% on that, Gabe. I think it's all just it's a gesture. It's a gesture that looks good on the surface but does absolutely nothing. Like similar to they took down the statues, the Confederate armies and shit like that. Yes, you should 100% take those down. Nobody's gonna argue. Well, some people are gonna argue with you on it, but they're wrong. But nobody's like, yes, you should take those down. But you taking those down and still doing fuck shit, it don't change nothing. You just doing fuck shit without the Confederate statues up.
Right.
It's just nothing. A lot of nothing.
What's your take, DZ?
Nah, I think that was apples to oranges. That was a terrible analogy. I think taking down the statues is definitely necessary if we trying to get to a place. I think cancel culture is basically just riding on the wave of everybody's emotion, taking advantage of that, and capitalizing off of that. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, they just shit because now we're in an age where you can monetize views and likes and stuff like that. So I feel like if I can dig up something from 1998 that you didn't think about like that and say it, and then I get a lot of clicks, I can monetize that. And people going to be like, oh, shit, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. That's crazy. It don't even matter if you feel like that or not. It's being talked about. You know what I'm saying? But like the Confederate statues and shit, like that's crazy. Like, why the fuck is that up? Like, why the fuck we got statues of losers? Like, first of all, they're losers, and we're past the bullshit that shit stands for. So I just feel like that's apples and oranges. But if I can get clickbait based on some shit that I know that's gonna give you some kind of heartburn or trigger some shit to where, oh shit, I didn't think of that, but yeah, let me read. It's a difference. It's a scam. It's a scam ultimately.
So just to kind of saying that that's apples and oranges. Pepe Le Pew, aggressive rape culture. Yep. That's like a huge thing. If we want to get to where we want to be as a culture, you probably should take that down then, right?
And they did.
So how is that apples and oranges when we talk about the Confederate?
I think it's apples and oranges because you're talking about a cartoon in the 1990s and you're talking about a statue up in 2020. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Pepe Le Pew was in Space Jam 2, there's no rapey scenes.
They were supposed to be in Space Jam 2. They took them out.
But there was no rapey scenes even in part 1. Like, that shit was done. Like, the cartoons made in the 90s was the 90s. It's not like in Space Jam 1, which is still 90s, early 2000s. There was no him, like, on no Predator shit. It's just we know him from being a Predator in our childhood. So that's just something that was dug up. And then we went back to him, was just like, oh, yeah, that shit, wow, that shit's a little nuts. And someone monetized that. So like I'm saying, it's a scam.
I mean, my only thing is it is weird how it came about, some of these cartoons. And Pepe, yes, for rape culture serious, Pepe was really wild and going up there spraying people, 100%. Right? Spraying the other skunk, and next thing you know, she was tied up in all type of, Pepe was wilding. But my thing is though, who watches those cartoons anymore? Nobody.
That's a good point, and the whole point of it is more that, and it was at one point it was popular because it was masculine. They were like pretty much portraying masculine culture in cartoonish fashion because that's what was, not to say popular in those days, but that was more acceptable in those times. Like that toxic masculinity, as you know, we've had someone make quite famous, that is something that's been exploited in many different forms. So toxic masculinity, I'll say it again, is something that's been exploited in many different ways. But
I hate that term, by the way.
Ways too.
But I love it.
And shout out to Pop Vasquez too, man.
Just as toxic as that skunk.
my dog Papa Don.
Big Pop
was out there saying the reason, you know, he was on board with canceling Pepe, but the reason they going so hard for Pepe because he was half black, and you know, and he wants to he's not saying that Pepe wasn't wrong, but there's a guy named Johnny Bravo that's just hiding under the reins right now, and they ain't Johnny Bravo.
Who was worse to me?
You know, he hit me out when he said Johnny Bravo was in the mankini.
In the park.
In the park. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Who watches Johnny Bravo? Who goes in and finds?
But they were gonna make a live action Johnny Bravo. Wasn't there talks about having The Rock be the live action Johnny Bravo? So you got to talk about it if it's gonna be coming back out.
And I guess so. And I think there's two parts. I think some of it is not what we asked for, like certain gestures, even as far as, you know, maybe I'm speaking from myself or out my ass, but taking Aunt Jemima off the syrup or somebody off this dollar bill, like that's not what we're asking for. And I could be wrong. Obviously, I am wrong because there's people asking for these things to be canceled. But I definitely do think there's some smoke and mirrors behind it. And I think we if we're gonna cancel something, let's cancel some shit like taxes or something, like, right? You know, I'm offended by having to keep paying some taxes. Let's cancel that shit. Let's cancel that culture. Let's cancel 40-hour work week shit. Like, I'm offended. Like, that's why I need to get cut. Man, you feel me? So, I mean, I don't know. I get it, but it's not like we out here showing our kids, man, Pepe Le Pew and shit right now and acting like it's cool. Like, I didn't even know that comes on still. So,
yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, man, like we talk about it all the time, bro. It's all about what you do within your home and how you treat your family and your loved ones. It's what's out there and what they feel is actually molding the future is not that shit doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Thanks.
We got a lot more control. Like DZ said, bro, if that shit is affecting what you got going on in your crib, you got something else going on, bro.
Yeah.
Do better with your house.
Hey, listen, man.
What you're supposed to. Fuck Pepe.
So wait. Now you fuck Pepe, Cam?
That was your man's earlier.
It's not about the cartoon, bro. Like, regardless of what the cartoon is doing, you still should be able to have that conversation and be like, yeah, Pepe might be overly aggressive, but that's Pepe's point. There's still gonna
This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in.